Have you ever noticed that even gods are never shown as complete when they stand alone? Have you wondered why destiny in myths is shaped not by power alone, but by balance, love, and support? And what if the struggles you face today exist for the same reason? To guide you, not to punish you. When people search for myths about destiny, they often expect stories about fate that cannot be changed. But Hindu mythology quietly teaches something deeper and more comforting. It shows that destiny is not a fixed road written in stone. It is a living path that grows through balance, choices, wisdom, and support. That is why even the greatest gods are never alone. Vishnu needs Lakshmi for stability. Brahma needs Saraswati for clarity. Indra needs Indrani for courage. Surya needs Sanjna to respect limits. Krishna is fulfilled by Rukmini's brave choice. Murugan is softened by Valli's simplicity. And Vishnu, again, stands beside Bhumi Devi to protect life itself. These women are not background figures. They represent the missing forces that allow destiny to flow. In real life, many people feel tired, confused, or incomplete. Some work hard, but never feel secure. Some learn a lot, but still feel lost. Some are strong on the outside, but weak inside. Some burn out trying to meet expectations. Some live lives chosen by others. Some let pride break relationships. Some forget their responsibility toward nature, family, and even themselves. These struggles are not random. Just like in mythology, they appear when balance is missing. This video brings these ancient stories into modern life using simple language, emotional understanding, and real human experiences. Each story reveals how destiny responds when balance is restored, when courage replaces fear, when humility softens power, and when care replaces neglect. By listening till the end, you may begin to see your own problems differently, not as failures, but as signs pointing toward what your life needs next. Stay with this journey until the final moment, because each lesson connects to the next, forming one complete understanding of destiny. And if these stories touch your heart or help you see life more clearly, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can continue sharing meaningful stories that guide, heal, and inspire. In Hindu mythology, Vishnu is known as the preserver of the universe. His duty is to protect balance, order, and life itself. But even Vishnu is never shown as complete without Lakshmi. Lakshmi represents prosperity, peace, trust, and steady flow in life. There is a powerful idea hidden in the stories where Lakshmi leaves Vishnu for a time. When she is gone, order begins to shake, comfort fades, and even preservation becomes difficult. This is not just a myth about gods, it is a mirror of human life. It teaches that effort alone cannot hold destiny together. Stability comes when effort is supported by values, patience, and faith. In real life, many people work day and night, yet feel insecure. They earn money, but fear losing it. They build relationships, but feel unsure inside. Homes feel full, yet hearts feel empty. This happens when life is driven only by pressure and desire, without inner balance. Like Vishnu without Lakshmi, life continues, but without calm. Destiny feels heavy instead of supportive. The myth reminds us that prosperity is not just money, it is peace of mind, trust in life, and the feeling that what we have is enough for today. Another important lesson in this story is gratitude. Lakshmi stays where respect and thankfulness exist. When greed grows, fear grows with it. When gratitude grows, stability follows. Many ancient texts say that Lakshmi does not like noise, pride, or restlessness. This means that a rushed, angry, or ungrateful mind pushes peace away. Destiny then feels unstable, not because life is unfair, but because balance is missing. This chapter teaches that destiny is not against us. It responds to how we live. When we respect our work, value our relationships, and stay patient during slow times, stability slowly returns. Like Vishnu waiting calmly for Lakshmi, life asks us to hold faith even when things feel uncertain. When values support effort, when gratitude supports ambition, destiny becomes steady. Prosperity then stops running away and starts staying, not only in our homes, but also in our hearts. In Hindu mythology, Brahma is the creator of the universe. He brings worlds, life, and movement into existence. But creation alone is not enough. That is why Saraswati stands beside him. Saraswati represents knowledge, understanding, calm thinking, and clear speech. Without her presence, creation has no direction. Stories often describe Brahma sitting quietly with Saraswati, listening before acting. This silence is important. It shows that true creation begins with thought, not noise. Destiny does not grow from rushing forward. It grows from clear understanding. In today's world, many people feel this problem deeply. Students study for years, collect degrees, and gather information, yet still feel lost. Professionals change jobs, try new paths, and follow trends, but feel unsure about where life is going. Information is everywhere, but clarity is rare. This confusion creates stress, self-doubt, and fear of making wrong choices. Just like Brahma without Saraswati, life becomes busy but directionless. Destiny feels unclear, not because it is hidden, but because the mind is overcrowded. Saraswati teaches that knowledge is not about knowing many things. It is about understanding what truly matters. She is often shown with a book, a musical instrument, and calm water flowing nearby. These symbols tell us that learning must be gentle, balanced, and thoughtful. When the mind is calm, choices become clear. When choices are clear, destiny begins to respond. Rushing decisions, made under pressure or comparison, often lead to regret. Calm decisions, made with understanding, lead to peace. This chapter reminds us that destiny does not punish mistakes. It waits for clarity. When we slow down, listen, and learn with humility, confusion begins to fade. Even small steps feel meaningful when the direction is clear. Like Brahma guided by Saraswati, life begins to move with purpose instead of pressure. Education then becomes wisdom, work becomes meaningful, and destiny stops feeling like a puzzle. It becomes a path that slowly reveals itself, one clear step at a time. Indra is known as the king of the gods, the ruler of the heavens, and the symbol of power and authority. He commands storms and leads divine forces, yet many stories show him filled with fear, doubt, and insecurity. Whenever he feels threatened, Indra becomes restless and unsure of himself. This is where Indrani, also known as Shachi, becomes important. She represents emotional strength, inner balance, self-belief, and calm courage. When Indra loses confidence, it is Indrani who steadies him. Her role shows that power without emotional balance is fragile. This lesson feels very real in human life. Many people appear strong from the outside. They lead families, manage teams, or carry heavy responsibilities. Yet inside, they feel anxious, afraid of failure, and worried about losing respect. Society often teaches people to hide emotions, especially fear and doubt. But when emotions are ignored, they grow stronger and more harmful. Like Indra standing alone, a person may have position and skill, but still feel weak inside. Destiny then feels unstable, because inner fear controls outer action. Indrani's presence teaches a gentle truth. Emotional strength does not mean never feeling afraid. It means understanding fear and not letting it rule decisions. She supports Indra by reminding him of his true worth and guiding him back to balance. This shows that confidence grows when we accept our emotions instead of fighting them. Many failures in life do not happen because of lack of ability, but because fear takes control. Fear of judgment, fear of loss, and fear of comparison slowly weaken confidence. This chapter shows that destiny responds to emotional balance. When we learn to calm the mind, speak kindly to ourselves, and accept help, strength returns naturally. Emotional awareness builds courage that lasts longer than force. Like Indra regaining stability through Indrani, we grow stronger when inner peace supports outer power. Destiny then stops shaking and begins to trust us with greater responsibility, not because we are fearless, but because we are emotionally steady. Surya, the sun god, is the source of light, warmth, time, and life itself. Every day begins because of him, and every living being depends on his energy. Yet Hindu mythology does not present Surya's power as gentle by default. His energy is intense, constant, and unstoppable. Sanjna, his wife, represents sensitivity, awareness, and the ability to feel what is too much. In the stories, Sanjna finds it impossible to live under Surya's full power every moment. She steps away, not out of rejection, but out of survival. This teaches a deep truth. Even the strongest force must respect limits, or it causes pain instead of growth. This lesson connects strongly to modern life. Many people live like Surya's energy never turns off. Work demands increase, expectations from family and society grow, and rest slowly disappears. People feel guilty for slowing down, believing they must always be productive. Over time, the body becomes tired, the mind feels heavy, and emotions become dull. Burnout does not come from weakness. It comes from ignoring limits for too long. Like Sanjna stepping away, the mind shuts down when it is pushed beyond what it can carry. The story also shows that stepping back is not failure. Sanjna creates a shadow form to maintain balance while she recovers. This symbol shows that rest is part of responsibility. Destiny does not demand constant struggle. It demands awareness. When limits are respected, energy returns in a healthier form. When limits are ignored, destiny feels harsh and overwhelming. Many people blame life for their suffering, but often the real cause is unending pressure without pause. This chapter teaches that destiny works with balance, not force. Taking rest, setting boundaries, and saying no are not signs of giving up. They are signs of wisdom. Just as the sun rises and sets, human effort also needs rhythm. When we allow space for rest and self-care, clarity returns, strength rebuilds, and joy slowly comes back. Destiny then becomes supportive again, not because problems disappear, but because we are strong enough to face them without burning ourselves out. Krishna is often seen as playful, wise, and deeply understanding of human nature. But the story of Rukmini shows another side of destiny, one that awakens when courage speaks. Rukmini is a princess surrounded by comfort, rules, and fear. Her family plans her life without listening to her heart. Yet she hears Krishna's name and feels a truth she cannot ignore. With no promise of safety and no clear future, she writes to Krishna and asks him to take her away. This single act shows a powerful idea. Destiny begins to move when a person chooses truth over fear. In real life, many people live quietly, unhappy lives because they are afraid to choose for themselves. They follow paths decided by family, society, or fear of judgment. Dreams are pushed aside for safety. Love is silenced for approval. Over time, regret grows, even when life looks successful from the outside. Like Rukmini before her choice, many hearts know what feels right, but remain silent. Destiny waits, not because it is cruel, but because courage has not yet arrived. Rukmini's choice is not easy or reckless. It is brave and thoughtful. She understands the risk, yet trusts her inner voice. When Krishna responds, destiny supports her courage with action. This teaches that destiny does not reward comfort. It responds to honesty. When fear controls decisions, life feels stuck. When faith guides action, unseen support begins to appear. Courage does not remove problems, but it opens doors that fear keeps closed. This chapter also shows that choice is sacred. Rukmini does not wait for permission to live her truth. She respects herself enough to speak. In modern life, choosing one's path may mean changing careers, ending unhealthy relationships, or finally, listening to one's heart. These choices feel frightening because outcomes are unknown. But destiny often reveals itself only after the step is taken. Krishna and Rukmini teach that destiny is not fixed. It listens. When courage replaces silence and faith replaces fear, life responds. Even uncertain paths become meaningful when they are chosen honestly. Destiny then stops feeling distant and begins to walk beside us, shaped by the brave choices we dare to make. Murugan, also known as Kartikeya, is the god of courage, victory, and sharp intelligence. He is a powerful warrior, respected by gods and feared by demons. Yet, when it comes to love and destiny, Murugan does not choose pride or status. He chooses Valli, a simple, tribal girl who lives close to nature. This choice is deeply meaningful. Valli represents simplicity, purity of heart, and natural wisdom. She has no royal background, no power, and no pride. Through this union, mythology teaches that true strength bows before humility. In human life, ego often becomes the biggest barrier to happiness. People compare status, wealth, beauty, and success. Pride enters relationships, friendships, and even families. Many conflicts begin not because of hatred, but because no one wants to bend. Ego creates distance, while humility creates connection. Like Murugan, people may be powerful in their work or respected by society, yet feel lonely and misunderstood. Destiny then feels blocked, not because effort is missing, but because pride stands in the way. The story of Murugan and Valli shows that destiny flows towards simplicity. Murugan does not win Valli through force or authority. He approaches her with patience, playfulness, and humility. This shows that love, trust, and growth cannot be demanded. They must be earned through understanding. In modern life, many people try to control outcomes, relationships, and respect. When control replaces kindness, resistance grows. Destiny slows down, where ego speaks louder than the heart. This chapter also teaches that simplicity is not weakness. Valli's life close to nature gives her inner strength and clarity. She understands life through experience, not pride. Murugan, despite his divine power, learns balance through her. This reflects a deep truth. Destiny supports those who remain grounded, no matter how high they rise. When success arrives without humility, it brings fear of loss. When humility supports success, peace remains. Murugan and Valli remind us that destiny listens to the heart, not the ego. When we choose understanding over pride, simplicity over show, and kindness over control, life opens gently. Relationships heal, inner peace grows, and progress becomes steady. Destiny then moves smoothly, not because we are powerful, but because we are humble enough to grow. Vishnu, the preserver of the universe, is often shown protecting all living beings and maintaining cosmic balance. But even he cannot act alone without Bhumi Devi, the earth goddess. Bhumi Devi carries the weight of life silently, supporting every creature, plant, and element. She represents responsibility, care, patience, and the understanding that actions have consequences. The myths show that when Bhumi Devi is neglected or mistreated, the balance of life itself begins to falter, reminding us that destiny cannot flow smoothly without responsibility and respect for what sustains us. In modern life, this lesson is very relevant. People often take the environment, relationships, and even their own health for granted. Work pressure, technology, and convenience make us forget the small responsibilities that sustain life. Forests are cut, rivers polluted, relationships neglected, and personal health ignored. Just like Vishnu relying on Bhumi Devi, we cannot achieve long-term success or happiness if we ignore the foundation that supports us. Destiny becomes unstable, not because the world is unfair, but because we fail to honor the balance required for growth and well-being. The story also teaches patience and consistency. Bhumi Devi bears suffering silently and continues supporting life. She does not demand recognition, but continues her duty, illustrating that responsibility is not always dramatic or visible. In real life, small, consistent acts of care often determine the success of careers, families, and communities. Neglecting them may not show immediate consequences, but over time, imbalance grows, making challenges harder to handle. Another important lesson is accountability. Vishnu and Bhumi Devi together remind us that life is a partnership. Success and progress come when we take responsibility for our actions, support others, and protect what gives life its stability. In personal life, this could mean caring for family, being honest in work, or protecting nature. In society, it means acting for collective good, not only personal gain. This chapter shows that destiny responds to responsibility. When we honor our duties and act with care, life flows more smoothly. Challenges become opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. Like Vishnu and Bhumi Devi working together to preserve balance, human destiny unfolds best when we take responsibility for what matters most. Respecting, protecting, and nurturing what supports us ensures that not only our lives, but the lives of those around us can thrive in harmony. The stories of Vishnu and Lakshmi, Brahma and Saraswati, Indra and Indrani, Surya and Sanjna, Krishna and Rukmini, Murugan and Valli, and Vishnu and Bhumi Devi teach a simple but deep truth. Destiny is not something that happens to us alone. Even the greatest gods need support, balance, wisdom, courage, humility, and care to complete their work. Life is the same for humans. Effort alone does not bring success or peace. Knowledge without understanding leaves us confused. Strength without emotional support becomes unstable. Power without rest and boundaries can burn us out. Choices made without courage keep us stuck. Pride can block happiness, and neglecting responsibility creates imbalance. Each story shows that when balance is restored, destiny begins to move smoothly and in our favor. In real life, many people struggle with these same challenges. They work hard, but feel insecure. They study and learn, but feel lost. They try to be strong, but fail to manage emotions. They push themselves too much or fear making choices. They allow pride to block their growth or forget the importance of care and responsibility. These struggles are not accidents or punishments. They are lessons, just like the myths teach, guiding us toward the missing pieces we need to complete our lives. By understanding these lessons, we can approach life differently. We learn to value support and relationships, to gain wisdom with humility, to strengthen both mind and heart, to respect our limits, to make courageous choices, to stay humble, and to take responsibility for ourselves and the world around us. Destiny responds when these qualities are nurtured. It does not force us to be perfect. It asks us to grow step by step. If we carry these teachings into daily life, we begin to see challenges not as obstacles, but as guides. Life becomes more meaningful, our decisions wiser, and our path calmer. Like the gods and their wives, we too can create balance, joy, and peace in our own lives, letting destiny flow in harmony with courage, care, and wisdom.